Hi, I'm Dr. Nancy Clark, and my channel name is called Inner Majesty. This is where we talk about spiritual topics. Comment below if it resonates with you. In my published book called Master Plant Teachers, which is available on Amazon, Apple Books, Amazon Audible, and on Barnes & Noble online. Hello everyone, I'm glad you're back and joining me again today on this lecture series on Master Plant Teacher's book. Today we're going to be talking about Chapter 7, and the title is Psychospiritual Medicine, Healing Mental and Physical Illness. Entheogens at a high enough dose create mystical experiences that transport the participant to another dimensional reality. Participants say the mystical experience is the most revelatory, impactful experience in their life, which caused transformative changes in their life for the better. Many participants state how the therapeutic healing took place in many areas of their life. Researchers agree that entheogens are unique and not a substance that can be put into pill form, prescribed for a person to take home, and then they're on their own in this healing process. Entheogens are a sacred psychospiritual medicine that requires a whole different way of providing this form of medicine. There is now a term used because of the special nature of this entheogenic medicine, and the designation is called psychedelics-assisted therapy, which places this form of therapy in a facility that provides well-trained therapists for the participants in a safe and protected environment that offers spiritual exploration and healing in all areas in order to receive maximum benefits. Psychedelics-assisted therapy has proven through the years of research to show clear and undeniable results for the participants in areas of positive lifestyle changes, anxiety, the fear of dying for people diagnosed with cancer, depression, addictions, smoking cessation, alcoholism, post-traumatic stress disorder, and other mental health issues. It is interesting to note that botanical entheogens and non-botanical psychedelics are revealing mental and physical illnesses clinically and consistently over years of research. Yet they are still listed as Schedule I drug, which is classified as not only illegal, but also dangerous, toxic, and addictive. The research clearly shows that psychedelics and entheogens are not only non-addictive, but also anti-addictive, because for many participants, they have been demonstrated to stop completely their addictions due to the psychedelics-assisted therapy sessions. After having mystical experiences while in an entheogenic session, many participants come to the awareness of themselves in different realms and dimensions, meeting on worldly beings and experiencing divinity within. Each culture has its own way of ingesting the entheogenic plants, and how often in the Eleusis religious ceremony, participants would be served the sacred elixir only once in their lifetime. However, in the indigenous cultures, it depended on the people whether they wanted to experience it once or over multiple times, or on an assisted needed basis. The psychedelic that was utilized was based on what grew nearby and what was traded, sold to them, or cultivated. Fasting in each culture was required because of the serious nature of mixing certain foods or any intoxicants with the psychedelic plants. These sacred religious plant ceremonies created an opportunity for one to have the mystical experiences, which is why there was always a mystery about them, and it was a matter of secrecy. Shortly before the end of the Eleusis ceremonies came to an end permanently, even though it was never permitted to share, there was some leaked information that came out about how barley cakes, known as palonos, was served with a psychotropic alkaloid baked into the bread. Deep, lifelong friendships would have occurred between the participants of the entheogenic religious ceremonies because of the nature of having a secret mystical experience together. After 2 millennia of continuous religious ceremonies, the mysteries of Eleusis came to an end when Christianity had gained enough power and declared these ceremonies heretical and pagan. Psychedelic mysticism claims that psychedelic experience is a mystical experience. There is no difference in what has been described in history when looking at descriptions from historic accounts from ancient mystics. This euphoric state of being can be experienced during an entheogenic ceremony. This blissful state elevates the experiencer. Other experiences include many kinds of emotions and states of being. Each participant can have many different types of mystical experiences, and all within the same entheogenic ceremony. Many individuals will return to the psychospiritual medicine for continued healing, guidance, and wisdoms. All these other realities are inside of us, waiting to be explored, for this verifies our divine nature, and the plant kingdom is more than happy to reveal this to humanity. We have governmental agencies, state laws, and religious establishments that have blocked people's ability to have access to entheogens and psychospiritual medicine. The very nature of shamanism is connecting people with the spiritual realms and providing mystical experiences. The religious establishments don't want people to gain access on their own. Religious systems feel threatened by allowing the freedom to have a direct experience, for they like control. People are to stay in rituals and only hear about these spiritual realms. If one is able to access other realms directly, then there is no need for an intercessory or the religious belief system as an intermediary. Source does not need a spiritual liaison. In fact, a highly trained shaman with experience traveling in these other realms creates the environment for souls to be able to experience mystical union with Source. Why do people have to be kept away from having spiritual mystical experiences? Source provided the entheogens in order for people to rediscover the truth about their divinity. The status quo of the establishments not only wants to keep control over people, but also wants to keep them from actually having direct mystical experiences and seeing these inner planes of their divine essence. Humans are spiritual royalty, and many have not awakened to the truth of their close connection with Source as a spark of the divine source. Just in Nepal, the shamans declare that there are 108 entheogenic plants used in their religious ceremonies for healing purposes, for aromas when burning, and for psychospiritual medicine, which is still being utilized today. Western science botanists have no idea how many of these psychotropic plants The shamans in Nepal cherish these precious entheogenic plants, for they know the treasures these sacred plants hold and what they have to offer to humanity. In the United States, it is legal to possess a gun, yet it is illegal to possess a psilocybin mushroom. Gun violence, mass shootings, and gun-related crimes in the United States cause so much pain, suffering, and deaths. Why are plant-based entheogenic consciousness-expanding psilocybin mushrooms illegal? Psilocybin mushrooms are not known to cause deadly harm to humans, yet they do cause those who ingest them to start to question and re-examine humanity's dysfunctions in society. A new way of relating to each other and all of life on this planet. People are realizing that the way we live and interact with each other needs to improve. Yet the entheogens are here to help humanity move beyond this consciousness level. Humanity upgrading to a higher vibrational level of consciousness will cause an environment in which all life will thrive on this planet. Nature has an intelligence that needs to be respected. We need to listen to what nature is trying to tell us. First, plants are sentient beings. Second, the plant kingdom is here to help humanity. Third, we need to listen to their wisdoms. Humanity needs to live in harmony with nature. Mother Nature creates a harmony within humans. This is why we feel better with time spent outdoors in nature. Ayahuasca is a loving consciousness that will provide instruction to each participant while in ceremony. Experiencing guidance and cosmic oneness can happen while under the influence of the entheogen ayahuasca. As a result of ayahuasca coming into a person's consciousness and having this spiritual connection while in sacred ceremony, a spiritual awakening takes place and they experience a new awareness of themselves from these higher journeys. Raimundo Serra Ferrer, he was born in 1890 in St. Vincent, Brazil. After having a mystical experience while in an ayahuasca ceremony in Brazil, received a message and ended up being the founder of Santo Daime, the entheogenic plant sacrament faith. The message was from the Queen of the Forest, who he felt was Mary, the mother of Jesus, who gave him lyrics to songs. This eventually led to a unique faith that combined Christianity with the indigenous religious ayahuasca ceremonies. Santo Daime has churches all around the world, including the United States, Europe, Asia, and South America. The headquarters for Santo Daime is located in Sidumaya, Brazil. Entheogens offer spiritual significance during the human journey. During an entheogenic ceremony, the deeper insights revealed would explain the spiritual meaning of life and death to the participants. Due to the magnitude of the mysteries revealed during a sacred entheogenic ceremony, a metamorphosis occurs in the life of the participant to shift their whole viewpoint on their life and interactions with others. When a person has an encounter with the divine, a transformation will take place and override all past programming. The religious ceremonies of the Eleusis mysteries are relevant, for different cultures still partake in these entheogenic plants to explore the meaning of life and death. These plant spirits allow the soul to fly off into spiritual realms and remember who it is and why it came to the earth plane. The indigenous cultures feel the powers that these sacred plants hold, and this makes them truly plants of the gods. For if these plants were not on this planet, it is possible that ancient cultures may not have survived without them helping the humans. Ayahuasca is well known as a spiritual teacher and also known as the vine of the soul, which releases souls to allow the travel to other realms in order to teach, provide guidance, and show one their divinity. It also mentioned that Mother Ayahuasca will be the one to call a person home, for she is known to bring souls back to the realm where they resided prior to incarnating into physical form. All of the entheogens, Mother Ayahuasca lets one know she is within them and has deeply bonded with them all the way down to the DNA level. Ayahuasca is the master plant teacher who continues the relationship after the ceremony. Mother Ayahuasca is a sentient being, and she lets one know that she is in their daily life and will be with them even when they are taking their last breath of air. There is this deep connection. The ayahuasca plant is a unique entheogen that initiates herself within them, and even in ceremony, one can feel this sacred holy being entering them, bringing a warm, loving hug into their inner space. Ayahuasca is an extremely high vibrational energy, an aspect of Source that unites with the soul and imprints an energetic mark on this initiated soul. This allows for flight into many realms for teaching and expansion of this soul. These flights into many different realms are mystical experiences facilitated by ayahuasca to give direct understandings of the universe and beyond. The ayahuasca participant quickly realizes that they have this loving being inside them. There is this presence, and she is patient, yet the relationship is there, and even after this physical life, Mother Ayahuasca is with one. The energetic connection is truly a sacred gift. It is hard to explain this mystical reality and personal relationship with a voice of infinite intelligence that speaks to one with such wisdom and guides their life with such precision. Yet there is free will from the participant, and that is always respected. As the ayahuasca initiate goes through life, there is a profound guiding presence. Vegetalista shamans work with love and teach about spiritual love. The importance of love is not talked about enough. Where there is no love, they will die. Love needs to be the foundation of each society. Justice and power without love lead to a cold, corrupt system. We all make mistakes, yet hopefully we learn quickly from our faults and failings. Love provides the power to continue with our life. The 4 types of love: agape, which is unconditional; eros is love between mates; philia is love between friends; and storge is parental love, are what we get to experience here in physical form. There is a lower knowledge, gnosis, and then there is epignosis, and only through ingesting an entheogen can one experience epignosis, the higher wisdoms. Living in this world, we need to have love in our hearts, An open heart gives us energy to work for others so that they feel free to live life to the fullest. Love is the highest and best medicine that we can give to each other. Psychedelic substances in the plants providing entheogenic mystical experiences for humanity are the sacred gift of agape love. The plant intelligence, especially ayahuasca, the mother of the plant kingdom, knows what to expose and when the participant is ready to clear things out. Each participant travels to the level that is a vibrational, energetic match. Some will experience the higher vibrational realms, and others will need to have inner healing take place. Therefore, Mother Ayahuasca knows what is needed most by each entheogen participant in her loving and compassionate care. When a person has a particular lifestyle, the non-ordinary world is visible. Through the use of plants, we are provided wisdoms, encouragement, and significance. We are all here to serve the divine plan, and one of those plans is protecting the plants, trees, birds, and animals that live on this planet with us. We are to live harmoniously with all of life. The nature spirits work constantly to protect all living beings in nature. Yet humanity is bulldozing trees faster than they can grow back. The animals are finding it harder to live without or with a smaller natural habitat, and having to manage in this modern industrial civilization in which humans are in continuous expansion at the cost of every other living being on this planet. Nature is here to nurture us, and humanity is chopping it down daily. Humans need to become an awakened species before there is no nature left, and realize that humans are not the only ones with souls, for all have life and are sentient beings. Ayahuasca is a psycho-spiritual medicine that once ingested provides visions, mystical experiences, and paranormal phenomenon to the participant during a sacred ceremony. The entheogenic participant has often mentioned that it is hard to put into words, for it is a feeling, a wisdom, a state of being that is experienced. An awakening takes place of how the physical world is just a small viewpoint, causing an expansion in consciousness within the entheogen experiencer. Now their consciousness has the universe as their playground. Plants have the ability to teach humans. When humans are asleep, they make mistakes and then learn to live better and make better decisions. A vegetalista shaman learns that their heart has to be pure in all areas of their life, or the healing will not occur for people coming to them. The foundational premise comes from a person's intention or motivation as to whether they will be successful. So when a person serves humanity, a pure heart is required. The plant kingdom is here to awaken humanity to their divine nature. Plants rely on humans to be good stewards of this plant kingdom, and God has made humans reliant on the oxygen produced by the plants. Humans and all of life will perish without the plants, yet it is the humans who are driving the bulldozers over all the vegetation. What is taking place on this planet is not sustainable and can't continue. All of life is in survival mode on this planet. No wonder there is mass anxiety on this planet, for all living beings are feeling this peril that awaits us all. No peace will come to humanity if humans continue to kill other living beings in all the different plant, animal, bird, and human kingdoms. There is a rapid increase of interest in psychotropic plants in the modern industrial world. The indigenous people mostly use psychedelic plants for healing, guidance, and religious ceremonies. These native cultures treat these entheogenic plants as sacred plant teachers. These plants are not used for fun or recreation. These plants with psychedelic qualities are the gifts of the gods, if not the gods themselves. It is a new way of looking at these master plant teachers who are here on the planet to help humanity with mental, emotional, and physical ailments. We are blessed to have them. Yet modern humans need to see what a gift they are to us. Ayahuasca has several meanings, and one of them is vine of the soul, which reveals that this outer reality is just a dream and illusion. The inner reality is more real than the outer. There is a returning back to Source for a deeper understanding of our place in this creation. Research studies have shown that participants with psychoactive plant teachers had profound changes in their life, and that self-love and self-care were prominent. Diet changes, lifestyle upgrades, better choices in friends and pastime activities, improved ability to read people and situations, and the ability to hear the sacred plant teachers were some of the many benefits people from all walks of life shared regarding their entheogen ceremonial mystical experiences. Entheogen assisted therapy or psychedelic experiences won't provide the long-term healing effects of the underlying cause while a person is still engaging in alcoholism or drug addiction. They need to be clean and not have any alcohol or drugs, including many prescriptions of psychotropic drugs, in their bloodstream. Their physical bodies need to be pure, and inner work of detox, therapy, and group healing, such as psychospiritual integration groups, Alcoholics Anonymous, or Narcotics Anonymous, is highly recommended in order for the entheogen to really be able to perform the deep inner healing in the brain, the emotional body, and clear trauma stuck in the physical body. There are many different types of psychedelic research taking place in the United States. Psychedelic research is currently working with people who are smoking and who have anxiety, depression, alcoholism, drug addictions, PTSD, cancer, and end-of-life crisis situations, such as those in hospice care. The entheogenic experience causing a mystical experience for the research participants removes the fear of the unknown after death. Participants have direct first-hand experience with their consciousness and sometimes others on the other side of the veil, which helps them better cope with their life and the stressors of modern life. Once a person has these mystical experiences, the way they look at life is forever changed. And this is proof due to the way entheogenic participants change their outlook and lifestyle after the experience. It is the participant who decides what to do with these mystical experiences and how meaningful they are to them. And it can take some time to settle in and integrate these new wisdoms. There are several innovative research projects in many countries that use MDMA, the street name is ecstasy or Molly, to treat soldiers with PTSD, since the suicide rates are extremely high. Conventional psychotherapy does not work in treating soldiers suffering with PTSD. According to official reports, more American soldiers stationed in Iraq and Afghanistan commit suicide because of PTSD than are killed by the enemy. These soldiers return home and try to slide back into our society, yet they are never the same and are expected to forget these memories and just move on. Clinical trials are underway, and as of 2018 in Phase 3, they are having positive results with using MDMA for PTSD treatment. Even the lab-created derivative ketamine from the plant peyote has been shown to cause mystical experiences. While listening to celestial harp music, people had visions of angelic spirits flying in and out of the earth. As the angelic beings flew in and out of the earth, they were seen singing, saying over and over how the earth is deeply loved, and they loved the earth. An impression was left of how the drug has nothing to do with the ability to see the extra-dimensional reality. It is the plant essence combined with the set and setting, which is a safe environment with high vibrational music that opens up a portal to have mystical experiences. The ordinary reality is just one station listed on Source Frequency Symphony Broadcasting Station. Infinite presence within the plant in the right atmosphere allows for the ability to experience another dimensional frequency, causing the travel to other transcendental realities. Western illnesses are a result of imbalances in the body. Another way of putting it is dis-ease. Our Western medicine sees the physical outcome of illnesses only as a physical breakdown of the human body. Western doctors don't tend to ask the patient about what is going on in their life. Emotional traumas, mental stress, environmental toxins, frustrations, and many others are stored in the body. After so many years, all these restrained and traumatic experiences sit there and fester, energetically poisoning the human body systems. These trapped, negatively charged experiences will end up causing mental and physical problems. The energy gets so compacted that it eventually needs to come out and be released from the body. It is believed that the basis of all physical illnesses starts on a mental, emotional, and spiritual level, not on a physical level at all. Everything is energy, including the physical form, made up of photons, sound, and atomic energy. Entheogens rebalance this energy in the mind and in the body, causing harmony, which brings healing. It seems we are dealing with more psychospiritual causes than just physical factors. Entheogens are psychospiritual medicines that are high vibrational harmonic sounds that heal the out-of-tune body to the ideal frequencies that the body requires to stay in the level of health energetically. A mystical experience resonates at such a high frequency that it has a transformative effect on all levels, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and physically. We put a lot of focus on the material reality, whereas we have emotional needs. We need healthy mental environments, positive social interactions that place us in a higher state of well-being. Entheogens help us get back on track, focusing on what we came here to accomplish in this lifetime, and rebalancing the energies and flow in the body, which will bring mental and physical health along with spiritual awakening. What the entheogen or master plant teacher shows the participant during ceremony is their responsibility to integrate into their life. Every participant needs to learn that the entheogen won't do the work for them. The master plant teachers are here to show the participants what needs to be looked at or resolved. They show deeper wisdoms and experiences, unique and related to each person. The integration process offers the contemplation and action needed by each participant to have a deeper understanding of their identity and a multitude of downloads which will help them while on their physical journey. All that is within each participant will affect the entheogen journey. A spiritual sage will have a much different entheogenic experience and has come to the sacred medicine for spiritual reasons only, as opposed to a participant who has done no inner work, has no spiritual practice, and is only looking to have a good drug trip. The sacred medicine is to be respected, and what lies within each participant will be magnified in order to show them what needs to be shown to them. A person who has a deep, meaningful entheogenic journey can spend a lifetime unpacking all the downloads of information that came to them, leaving the physical dimension and traveling to spiritual realms by means of meditation, holotropic breathwork, or entheogenic ceremony will expand one's awareness of what is temporary and what is eternal. The mystical experience transcends the conscious mind, as well as emotional, physical, and social conditioning and other barriers in the physical reality. The spirit realms do not care whether one claims a spiritual belief system or states they have no faith at all. The mystical experience shows that all are divine, eternal beings. The mystical experiences provide the opportunity for profound significance and transformation. There are times when our earthly programming will be exposed and shown to be inaccurate. Entheogens will help the participant to be upgraded in their viewpoints and their unsound beliefs. This opens up grander vistas of the many different forms of expression, seen and unseen, that Source will communicate and experience. The entheogens offer a mystical experience from a broader perspective, which can cause a leveling up in the participant's consciousness. There are many manifestations of Source. It is we who place limits on the infinite presence. This can quickly cause a transformation of what is really important, and many lifestyle changes and perceptions transpire. It is easy to judge others for their faults, all the while knowing full well that they also have potential for good deeds. The bad, darkness, makes one appreciate the good, the light. We must walk in darkness, meaning the third dimensional low reality, for a while, in order to really know our true origin is from Source light frequency. Many of us have experienced having items stolen from us, and this is a lesson on staying watchful of our personal belongings entrusted to us. In order for anything to manifest in this physical reality, duality must exist. Therefore, light and darkness are included. Thank you for joining me today. as I went over Chapter 7. I've enjoyed spending this time together with you, and I look forward to being with you on the next episode. Until next time.